All right, let's dive into something that might sound a little backwards. We're going to talk about how the real secret to winning, especially in a high-stakes world like trading, is actually getting really, really good at losing. I mean, think about that for a second. It's a pretty wild question, right? But this is the whole idea we're exploring today. In trading, it turns out your technical charts and your fancy strategies are only half the battle. The other half, the part that really separates the pros from the people who blow up their accounts, is having the mental game to take a hit, learn from it, and get right back in there, but smarter. So this brings us to what we're calling the winning loser's paradox. Look, nobody has a perfect record. True success is never about an unbroken winning streak. You think of any great athlete, like a master batsman such as Sachin Tendulkar, they faced failure constantly. The real magic isn't in dodging every loss, it's about what you do with that loss, how you turn it into fuel.
And this, right here, this is the whole game. In trading, losses are not just a possibility, they are an absolute guarantee. For a beginner, that red candle, that downward tick, it feels personal. It feels like an indictment. I failed. But for a pro, it's just information. It's an opportunity to see what went wrong, tweak the strategy, and get better.
Okay, but let's be totally honest. Losing sucks. It's a punch to the gut. And that's not just you being soft, it's science. Our brains are actually hardwired to feel the sting of a loss about twice as intensely as the joy of a win of the same size. So the first step to getting control over it is to just admit that, yeah, this hurts.
Do any of these sound familiar? I'm guessing they do, because they're completely human reactions. The danger isn't feeling these things. The danger is letting these feelings grab the steering wheel and make your next decision for you. This is exactly where amateurs get crushed. They start making emotional revenge trades instead of sticking to the plan.
So you have to make this mental flip. A loss isn't the market picking on you. It's just data. It's raw, unfiltered feedback. It's the market holding up a sign that says, hey, something about your plan wasn't quite right. Your only job is to read the sign and leave your ego at the door.
Which leads us to the real battlefield. You know, the biggest market you'll ever have to trade isn't the Dow or the Nasdaq. The war you're really fighting, it's the one happening right between your own two ears. Your mindset is the market you have to conquer first.
This chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? The amateur mind is all tangled up with emotion and ego. They have this burning need to be right. The professional? They couldn't care less about being right. They just care about following their plan. A loss for them isn't a failure, it's a business expense. It's the cost of doing business in an uncertain environment. They focus only on the one thing they can actually control, their own actions.
So you really have to ask yourself this next time a trade goes against you. Are you upset because your analysis was flawed? Or are you just angry because the market hurt your feelings and proved your ego wrong? Seeing the difference is a total game changer.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now, what's the cure? How do we actually build that professional mindset? Well, this next part is all about the practical, actionable tools you can start using, like right now, to build that mental muscle.
I want you to think of this as going to the gym, but for your brain. You wouldn't expect to be physically strong without exercise, right? Same thing here. This little 10-minute routine every day helps you tune out the noise, face your fear and greed head-on so they have less power over you, and actually rehearse what success feels and looks like.
Now, a trading journal isn't just a spreadsheet of your wins and losses. A powerful journal tracks your psychology. When you start writing down why you entered a trade and how you were feeling at that moment, you start to see these hidden patterns. You might discover you always make bad trades when you're feeling overconfident, or you cut winners short when you're scared. This is gold.
Seriously. After you take a loss, the absolute worst thing you can do is stay there, staring at the screen trying to win it back. That's called revenge trading, and it's how a small, manageable loss snowballs into a catastrophic one. The most profitable move you can make is to just get up and walk away.
And here's exactly how to do it. Call it the reset technique. It's like a circuit breaker for your emotions. You just stop. Step away. Take a few deep breaths to literally calm your body down. Remind yourself what the big picture is. And you do not sit back down at that desk until you feel calm, neutral, and ready to execute your plan again.
So, when you start using these tools consistently, something amazing happens. You start to transform. You stop being someone who's terrified of a loss and become someone who just manages it. Your main goal changes from just making money to flawlessly executing my system.
And please, get this idea out of your head that discipline is something you're just born with. It's not. Discipline is a muscle.
And every single time you follow your rules instead of your impulse, you're doing a rep. Every time you see a tempting but bad setup and you don't take it, that's another rep. You build it day by day. This is the end game. This is where you want to be. A professional sense of self-worth has nothing to do with whether the last trade was a winner or a loser. Their pride comes from their process. Did I follow my rules? Did I manage my risk? If the answer is yes, then it was a successful day, no matter what the P&L says.
And really, this just says it all. You can have the most expensive software and the most brilliant system, but if your head isn't on straight, none of it matters. Your psychology, your mind, that is your ultimate edge in the market.
So, let's end on that question. This isn't just some interesting theory to think about. It's a challenge. What's one thing you're going to do today to start strengthening that mental muscle? Are you going to try that 10-minute silence? Start that journal? Practice the reset technique? The road to becoming a truly winning trader? Well, it doesn't start on a chart. It starts inside your own head.